shout out to ICECO for sponsoring this video. I've been using their fridge on the road for about 6 months now, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the trip. It's been a while since I've been out to Mount Rainier, and if you're not from Washington, you might know that this place is covered in snow for most of the year. You only get a few months to explore, usually July through October before it starts to snow again. So trips like this are a little bit tricky to plan out. I decided to head in and check out a couple spots that I've been meaning to revisit. One in particular is Silver Falls, and last time I was there it was packed, but for a good reason. It's one of those spots that's totally worth it if you ever stop by at Mount Rainier National Park. I didn't take too much photos last time, just more of admiring the place. So I figured I'd head back to grab a few photos and check it out again. And then after that, the plan is to find some camp, ideally somewhere with a view of Rainier if I'm lucky. I actually rode into Mount Rainier kind of late last night. I was hoping to catch sunset, but clouds rolled in and I didn't feel like exploring too much anymore. So I went to go find camp just right outside the park. Today though, I'm gonna head back in and do a little more exploring. One of the main spots I want to check out is Silver Falls.
I haven't actually gone hiking in quite some time, and realistically, I don't think Silver Falls is much of a hike, but it's always nice to be out here. I used to do morning hikes quite a bit, so this kind of is that. I'm like significantly out of shape too. Good news is we're pretty much already here. So this is Silver Falls at Mount Rainier. Now time to hike back up.
So my second location that I was going to go to was a place called Tipsy Lake, and if you can tell, it's super foggy outside, and kind of the whole point of going to Tipsy Lake, at least in my opinion, is to take photos with Mount Rainier in the background as the reflection is on the lake. It being this foggy outside, I don't think it's worth to visit. I'm gonna go back and see if I can try to find some more camp. So it looks like the sun is coming out kind of like slightly, but I think what I'm gonna do is head out to the same spot, or at least in the same area I was in last night. What I'm hoping is for Mount Rainier to peak out a little bit, but yeah, we'll see when we get there. So I have time to just kind of talk to you guys about some updates while everything is cooking. The first one, I kind of want to give you guys a, I guess, 6 months review on the APL35, which is my fridge. It's from ICECO. Honestly, it's been really reliable. It's been solid. I love cooking. I mean, if you guys haven't noticed, I think for people that love to cook, having a fridge is, I would put it up there as a must-have gear. After using it for about 6 months now, I think I kind of find some like really nitpicky things about the fridge. I think it's the interior is could probably use a lot more work. If you guys like your stuff to be in like mint condition, not have this like rugged, damaged look to it. But I did notice that it dents pretty easily on the inside. But to me, I mean, I kind of don't really care unless the divots or the dents. If it's extreme enough where everything is just like not leveled and unbalanced, to be honest with you, I don't think that's gonna happen. After using it for a while, I want to say it's not the fridge in itself, but I think the app could be a lot better. I don't know what it was, but something malfunctioned and the fridge dropped its temperature to like -2 degrees. And then I found out in the morning, all my stuff was frozen. All the drinks were like almost gonna explode. So something had happened. I think one of the things I would add on the app is if they added some sort of notification. So if you set your temperature to be like 35, 37 or something, if it either spikes or drops below that, it'd be nice to know. The other thing too is it's not so much of the fridge in itself, but it's this slider. I'm not a big fan of it, and I don't even think this slider is meant for the APL35. I think it's actually meant for the 55. So there's this like giant gap in here. So you would really have to tie this fridge down if you were to get the slider from ICECO like I did. But there's other companies that make sliders too, so you have options. But I guess the only cons I have about this is that I have issues closing this. Like I really have to push this in. Once you do push it all the way, it's tough to pull out. I know it's like kind of obvious, but do make note of how the lid opens. So I guess for this one, the lid opens this way. So if I wanted to be on the other side, I would have to move the fridge on this side. That way it would open this way. But I like the way it opens currently. So there is that. That has nothing to do with the APL35. That's more of just understanding what fridge you're buying. I think getting a fridge is probably a lot better than getting a cooler. So that's just my opinion as someone that goes out probably every weekend. So if you didn't see my full review of the APL35, the quick rundown of it is that it's dual zone, it runs really quiet, and it cools super fast with the compressor that's energy efficient. I've had it through hot days and cold nights, and it's kept everything from drinks to fresh produce dialed in. It's lightweight for what it is, and it's held up great, though the inside can show a few things over time. But if you're looking for a reliable 12-volt fridge for road trips or whatnot, it's definitely worth checking out. But yeah, anyways, that's the APL35. I do have a code that gives you guys a discount, and I believe this is going on sale for 20% off, so it's actually a good time to buy a fridge. But yeah, that's the fridge. If you guys haven't noticed, I did do some stuff to the front. So I do have a bumper, winch, and light bar combo. So this is from C4. The winch is from Badlands. This is the synthetic 12,000 pound one. And then the light bar is from Extreme LED. This is the 30-inch. This is really cool. I think people have already noticed and already asked questions about this, but you can turn the ambers on separately from the light bar, or you can turn the whole light bar on, or you can just turn the whites on. It hooks up to this, which is the Yoda Expedition switch panel. Obviously tell I'm not done mounting it just yet. The whole set comes from Yoda Expedition, and so you don't have to buy like the mounting brackets, the switch, 8-gang panel. You don't have to buy that separate. It all comes in one box, which is really nice. Anyways, I think I'm gonna stay here maybe until sunset because the sun is over there. I kind of want to see Mount Rainier if it shines. Might be really cool for photos. But I don't think I'm gonna spend the night just because I've been out for a couple of days now and I kind of have to be home on Monday. By the way, I think this whole build is done. I don't think I want to do any more besides maintenance. Everything kind of just works right now, so I don't have much more to do.
competition. All three judges scored this contest 29-28 for the winner by unanimous decision. Peyton
The great quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray, a big-time UFC fan.
I think I'm head out. It sucks because the Milky Way is actually gonna cut right across here, you know, maybe in about 4 hours. So like I said, I think I'm gonna head out. There's actually quite a bit of people here. That's I don't know if you can tell. You can definitely tell, but there's quite a bit of people that's just been driving up and down this road. Looks like they're leaving, so I'm gonna pack up, close the tent, everything, and then probably join those guys as I head out. For the people that watch UFC, I'm not like a huge fan of Pantoja, but he'd fight anybody, which is something that I like. So there's a kid that just called him out. He's pretty young, so we'll see. He did I think he arguably had the fight of the year just now, so